Here I am.
I'm overjoyed. Have you got a horse?
No, sir. Where would someone like me get a horse?
Good point. Unless it was a cart horse, I suppose. Well, you'll just have to trot along behind me like a good dog.
But, sir, isn't there a horse I could borrow?
Oh, certainly. Why don't you just have mine? Or, then again, you can just run alongside as befits a peasant. Let's go! Here! Hurry up, blacksmith! Look here, blacksmith. About that business at the alehouse.
Yes, sir.
Hanush was right. I should have behaved differently. More, well, gentlemanly. But that doesn't mean you were in the right. You can't throw a lord out of the tavern in his own town. Understand?
Yes. I was just...
What? Speak up! Don't worry, I won't bite your head off.
It's just that when you said those things in the arena, sir, I was, a little upset.
Ah! I just like to tease greenhorns a little. And you vexed me too. You were insolent to Captain Bernard and they rewarded you with service. Whenever I do anything reckless, even if it's for my honor, Hanush is on my back about it and I get punished. Like now.
I didn't mean to threaten anyone.
Well, it's all water under the bridge. Let's not spoil our hunt. Let us talk of something else. Is this your first time hunting?
This kind? Yes.
I've been hunting since I could walk. If you're not a complete blockhead, you might learn something useful. And if you don't cock it up entirely today, maybe I'll take you again. It's always helpful to have a minion at hand.
As I said, I have hunted before, but it wasn't...
Chasing bunnies with a pitchfork isn't hunting. Observe and learn.
I'll do the best I can, sir.
Listen, I wanted to ask you about scallops.
I don't know if... that is, sir, I don't know if that's a suitable topic of conversation for the hunt.
We're not hunting yet. I'd like to hear about it at last from someone who was actually there.
The Cumans attacked Skallets, and, well, anyone who didn't flee.
That's what they all say. I want details.
Is it really necessary, sir?
Arguing with the nobility again, eh? It seems you're a bit of a rebel.
No, not at all, sir. It's just that... well, it's hard for me to talk about.
I see. So I'll have to get you drunk first.
Not sure even that would work.
We'll have to find out, won't we? There's a nice little place just north of here. We'll camp there and you can tell me all about it.
If you wish, sir.
And don't dilly-dally. Let's try and get there before the day's out. So, are you enjoying being on the hunt?
I am, although we haven't actually hunted anything yet.
That doesn't matter. Hunting is a diversion. The main thing is to get out of Rattay for a while. Listening to Hanush's lectures all day long would drive anyone mad.
How come Hanush looks after you anyway?
For a start, he doesn't look after me. I'm not an infant blacksmith's boy. Hanush is just managing my property until I'm an adult.
When will that happen?
What are you implying?
Nothing. I didn't mean it like that. I meant that you seem quite adult to me already, sir.
Well, it's hard to say. Before he died, my father appointed a council of nobles to decide the matter. Only they can't be bothered travelling halfway across the country just to assess the claim of some stripling. Under normal circumstances, it wouldn't be necessary. The king would decide on my adulthood. Only...
The king is gone.
Just so.
If I may ask, sir, what does a lord like you do all day?
When I was little, I was awfully bored, I can tell you. There was always some courtier or teacher dogging my footsteps. Now I spend most of my time trying to learn from Sir Hanush. Governing is no joke, at least most of the time. Only last week I had to listen to complaints from my subjects.
But that could be interesting too, couldn't it?
My lord, this yokel here empties his piss pot in my yard. And sir, that old hag put a spell on my cow, and sir, my old woman is fucking half the village. Like a flock of sheep, bleating all the time. Even study is more interesting.
What are we going to hunt?
Humans.
What? Humans? But
You should see your face! I got you there. We'll see what we can get. But I'd like to bag a boar. One, at least. And a few hares, too, eh? But what about you? Before I couldn't get a word out of you, now your tongue's loosened. So, tell me about Skalitz. I heard Sigismund had 100 banners there.
I really don't want to talk about it.
If I only wanted someone to fetch my game, a dog would do just as well. It's my escort's duty to entertain me, so talk.
As you wish, my lord. Both of my parents were killed in Skalitz, right in front of my eyes. The Cumans slaughtered my friends and neighbours, and it was a miracle I got away. I don't know what else I can add.
I'm sorry about that. But tell me, I heard in the tavern...
What, that Sigismund flew down on a dragon? That the Cumans have horns and hooves? I'm sorry, my lord, but for me, Skalitz isn't a tale of adventure to share over a tankard of ale.
All right. I understand. Well, never mind. Anyway, it's too late to go anywhere today. But tomorrow we set off at first light. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Alright, hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Kingdom Come Deliverance Let's Play. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that last episode. I know a few people would have liked more commentary in it, but there wasn't a whole lot to say. We were just running about doing this and that, and so I tried to keep it fairly immersive and cinematic and let the editing kind of tell the story rather than me narrating it the whole time. That should change as we move on though. Unfortunately today, despite us... Oh wow, that conversation took a long time. So, we arrived at the campsite right about here, just after 6, and apparently we talked until well into the evening. So, that entire day's gone. Shame. But we'll be doing a little bit of hunting in the morning, and as you can see, I have improved my gear a little bit from what it was at the end of last episode. So, you know, you may have an idea of how that came about. I went ahead and I stole the gold from that particular guard, which you guys saw at the beginning of this episode, and relieved him of some of his better gear. So I have chainmail now, as well as, you know, a few other things, including his helmet. But I'll probably only keep it temporarily. If the game is unchanged from how it was before, he's going to be walking around the city essentially naked, and I will feel a bit bad about that. So when we get better equipment and I don't need his anymore, I might try to, you know, loot it back onto him and see if that fixes the situation. But anyways, we are significantly better armored than we were before, and even more so still if I throw on the rest of his gear. Excuse me. So something like that, and we'd be quite well protected. I've also got Sir Hans Capon's bow, which is still a little bit too intensive for us in terms of agility. But we have the other practice bow as well, so we can use that. I guess all we need to do now is wait.
God be with you, lad. What can I do for you?
Sir?
Not now, blacksmith. Keep it for morning. Farewell.
Yeah, so wait it is. I don't like the way this little hood thing makes our neck clip awkwardly, so I'm going to get rid of that. And do I have anything to throw over the top of this? I don't believe so. I ditched the leather jerkin that we had on the ground because I was encumbered. So we'll just have to make do with what we've got now.
What are you waiting for? Your lord requires you for the hunt.
Really? Such a renowned hunter needs help?
You wouldn't dare mock your betters now, would you?
Heaven forbid, your lordship.
If that's the way you want it, peasant, we'll meet back here at noon. Whoever has the most hares wins. Oh, and if you don't have anything to shoot with, there's a crate in the camp with some old hunting equipment. you can help yourself. After all, there's no sport in trouncing some wretch who hasn't a chance in hell.
By all means, Sir Hans.
Ha! You'll soon be laughing on the other side of your grubby face. And now turn your back for a while. I know a few tried and tested spots in these woods, and I don't want you stealing them.
Alright, so let's check our inventory here. I've taken off all the heavier, noisier stuff so that we don't alert the rabbits to our presence. But we do need to decide on what we're going to be using to hunt with. So we got 30 hunting arrows out of that chest. I've already looted it. Let's equip those because they're not particularly good for anything else. I don't want to be wasting these long distance arrows on squishy targets like rabbits, where, you know, these might actually be able to puncture armor. And then I have, again, Capon's bow, but it's a little bit too strong for us right now. So I have this villager's ash bow from the chest, or this villager's yew bow from the guard. I think we'll use this one because this is just within my capabilities to use. So I think that makes the most sense. Alright, so let's draw our bow and get hunting.
How did the hunt go for you, sir? Have we got enough hares?
Why do you ask? You were right on my arse the whole time. A pretty poor catch, Henry. See, unlike you, I know how to hit a target. And now come along, let's go and hunt some real game.
You want to take him down with an arrow? Certainly. Why wouldn't I? You won't kill him like that. Boar is hunted with spears. Is that so? So now all of a sudden you're a master huntsman, are you? Watch and learn.
Did you see that? Damn, I'm good. Quiet. So, next time you try to tell me I can't kill a boar with an arrow, you can... Fuck! After him! Fetch! Mount up, Henry. We're gonna chase down that swine!
Yeah, right. Mount up. Let me just clack my coconuts together. So I know what we're walking into here. I'm gonna get outfitted as best I can. We're gonna switch from hunting arrows to probably these long distance arrows. They're gonna have a lot better penetrating power. And unfortunately, I did ditch my shield to save on weight, so not gonna have that to help me out. But we can throw on our better armor at least. We'll put these on. We'll put that on. Get the helmet. Is that a better helmet than this? It is actually. Heavier, but it is better. Anything else that we are missing? I don't believe so. No, that looks pretty good. Okay, so we're ready for a fight. Now we need to go find Sir Hans. I know roughly where he is. It's going to be out this way. So I'm going to put a marker there, and we'll try to head for it. So this general direction. And I'll get my bow out as well. Alright, so off in the distance there, you can vaguely see sort of the makings of a camp. So that's where we need to head. And stealth is going to be our best friend here. Now, you can see Sir Hans right there, where I'm pointing my arrow. But he's tied to a pole. And there's going to be at least 2 humans there guarding him. In fact, I think there's always 2. So, if we can drop one with the bow and then kill the other with our sword.
You bitch! Show me your tits! Come now, stop pretending to be a man and get those others out.
Okay, so here we are. We found him. Unfortunately, I think they've killed his horse and his dog. Can take the shot from here.
I admit it. It's humiliating to get caught by 3
Well,
loose tads.
there's one. Okay. Probably time to get the sword out. Again, I really wish I had a shield here. Ouch.
Your mother is a whore.
Alright, what's it gonna be, man? You just gonna stand there?
Yeah.
I'm a little slow. Wish I had a shield. This would be a lot easier.
Yeah.
Come on, swing at me. All I can do is parry. I can't risk attacking because he's a little bit too skilled for that. Oh, I got through. Damn. What's it gonna be? Oh, he bled out. That was a little awkward. Alright, so there's gonna be a cutscene right here, so I recommend just grabbing everything that you can carry. Because you'll be teleported back to town, so why wouldn't you? What do you got? I'll take your ear, because somebody will reward us for those. Don't give them to Bernard. Do not give them to Bernard. I'll say that now. You can get more money for them later if you hold on to them. I'm going to take everything he's got. Because again, it doesn't really matter. We're going to get teleported back to town. So, let's see. We dropped this guy with an arrow. I was surprised that it hit him because it honestly took kind of a weird trajectory. I'll take his bow because their bows are actually quite good.
This isn't funny. Untie me.
I'm not going to eat that because I'm already pretty full. Take your bandages and your bread and yeah, again, we're just going to take everything. I'll decide what I want to keep later. And then we'll go through their chest and then go talk to him. Actually, there's 2 chests. Let's make sure we get both. Let's see. Easy lockpicking. Hopefully he doesn't mind that we're doing this. He shouldn't, but I might have been better off crouching, just in case. Ooh, look at all that. Sure. Very encumbered now.
What are you doing? Untie
Oh,
me, for God's sake.
be patient. Yeah, they killed his dogs and his horse. It's kind of sad. Where is the sweet spot? There it is. Easy now. Let's not break a pick. Okay. And, oh wow, nothing. Well, at least it leveled up our lockpicking a bit. Okay, I'm going to put my sword away and go talk to him now. I believe we have everything that we could possibly collect. Yeah. Might have missed something minor, but we got the majority of it.
I'll have a bronze bust made of you, my friend. But where have you been till now?
Oh, you know, I was picking berries, had a drink of wine, took a little nap.
You lunatic! They almost had me roasting on a spit.
I'd say it looked more like they were about to take your maidenhood.
Now look here, dung grubber. Is that any way to speak to a nobleman?
I apologise, sir. I'm just glad you're all right.
I'm yanking your pizzle, you dolt! Thank you for rescuing me.
That wound doesn't look good, Sir Hans.
You're right. Those cumin swine roughed me up a bit. And my damned horse is bolted. You'll have to get me home somehow.
The sooner we get out of here, the better. Who knows how many bandits are creeping around here.
Let's go then. I've had quite enough excitement already.
It's Lord Capon. Get here, everybody! You, help him!
How is it possible, Radzig? Those bastards make so bold no more than a mile from the castle. We'll have to send out more patrols.
That won't do us any good, Hanush. Even if we had 10 times the men, we couldn't beat through every thicket in the fiefdom.
You sent for me, sir?
Come in.
I don't know how to thank you, Henry. If it wasn't for you, Hans would be dead. And to think I sent you out with him as a punishment.
I was only doing my duty, sir.
Don't be so modest, young Henry. You showed not only courage, but loyalty to your liege. That's why I'm taking you into my personal service.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Well, let's celebrate your promotion and Sir Hans's recovery. Oh, don't just stand there, lad. Pour us a drink.
I'm sorry to interrupt, sir, but I've urgent tidings.
What now?
A stable boy came from Neuhof. He says brigands raided the stud farm this morning. There's many dead or maimed.
Culprit!
Tell us exactly what happened.
I'm not sure. The boy was so shook up he could barely speak. He said the bandits murdered for the joy of it. I'm sorry, sir. Your vassal Smill is dead.
Who did this? Who were they?
We don't know, sir. The stable boy just kept babbling about some huge fellow in black armor who led the attack.
Take as many men as you need, and don't stop until you've found those bastards. And bring me their heads!
Yes, sir.
My men at your disposal too, Hanush.
Thank you, friend.
Sir, let me ride with them.
He's full of piss and vinegar, isn't he?
Their leader, he must be the one who attacked me at Skalitz. There can't be 2 men in the whole kingdom who look like that.
You think he might still have my sword? No doubt you could use another swordsman, Captain.
As you command, my lord.
How soon can you leave, Bernard?
Soon as the men are ready, sir.
Good. Wait in the courtyard for Henry. And, give him a horse.
His own mount?
His reward for saving Sir Hans. He'll need it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Well, go! I want these culprits in the hands of the executioner as soon as possible.
I won't let you down, sir.
Can we go? Are you ready?
I'm ready, Captain.
Good. Then follow me, keep quiet, and do exactly as you're told. I don't know what Sir Radzig sees in you, and I don't care. If you're to ride with my men, I expect you to listen.
Yes, sir.
Against all better judgment, they've decided to give you your own horse. The dappled gray beside my stallion is yours. Make sure you take good care of him. Now, mount up and ride behind us.
Alright, you heard the man. Let's get on him. So, I had to drop one of my stolen items here. I'm just going to leave it for the time being. But,
All right, men, saddle up. No dawdling. Last one there won't find me a happy man.
anyway, now that we've got a horse of our own, what we can do is move a lot of this excess stuff over to the horse. So the only thing I'm not wearing is going to get transferred over there. And we can worry about what we want to keep and what we want to sell later.
Where's your master?
In the paddock.
crucifix? What kind of beast could do this?
By the blood of the martyrs. What happened here? Why?
Someone came at night and hamstrung every one of them. The horses, screaming, must have woke poor Radzig, the stable boy. And when he tried to stop them... And then my husband, when my husband tried to help them, they killed him too. And when they were done, they put a torch to the stables.
My sincere condolences, ma'am. I swear we'll hunt those monsters down and make them pay for this.
The horses were still alive when I came. We had to finish them off. All of them. The pain in their eyes. They couldn't understand how anyone could do this to them.
Did they steal anything? Any horses?
Nothing. They wanted blood, not coin.
Did your husband quarrel lately? Was there anyone who might want revenge?
He argued over the price of a saddle, maybe, but nothing that could drive a man to this.
These are dark days when there's more kindness in horses than in men. Did you see anything? How many were there? Or what did they look like?
We saw no one.
Has anyone tried to follow the trail?
No. We were fighting the blaze until now, and even if we weren't, what chance would any of us have against someone who could do this?
A pox on it. Mount up and quarter the area. We have to find out where they went. Look for tracks and ask the folk if they saw anyone. Fuck! Someone must have at least caught sight of them.
Yes, sir.
What about me, Captain?
What the hell use are you? You stay here.
Please, let me do something. I could have a look around the area and see if they left any tracks.
Well, if you must. Just don't get in anyone's way, don't go too far, and come back here when you're done.
Smell. The stud farm owner. I saw him in Skalitz a few times. His poor widow.
Ask.
I can come back later if you...
No. I saw you came with the soldiers, and the sooner you know everything, the sooner you'll catch those savages.
I'm sorry to trouble you, ma'am, but could you tell me about the raid?
The noise woke us up. Me and Smill. We thought the horses were restless, or maybe some drunk had staggered here from the inn.
Do you get drunks coming here a lot?
Sometimes, but not this time. My husband went out to see what was going on. Then I just heard loud voices and screaming. It's so stupid. It didn't even occur to me at first that something could have happened to Smill. I didn't find out until the morning.
Did you recognize any of the voices you heard?
No, but they spoke Czech, cursing like demons, even at each other.
At each other? They quarreled?
Yes. Something must have happened.
And where did you hear this noise?
Everywhere. It was chaos. I don't even know how many of them there were.
I mean at the very start. Do you remember where you heard the noise come from then?
I don't know. I just don't know.
Did you get a look at them? There's one man, huge and dressed all in black. Did you see him?
No, I didn't.
Who should I question about the raid? Did anyone here see anything?
Jakob, the old stable boy. He even fought with them. From what I've heard, Mark was the first one to wake. It might be a good idea to talk to him.
Ginger was sleeping in the stable. He might have seen something.
I don't know of anyone else.
But I'd just like to know.
And I'd like for my friends not to be murdered, while you sit warm and safe behind those castle walls.
But we came just as soon as we could.
You tell that to França. Lying there. Fucking lying there, splitting two like a pig. Go see him. Go fucking tell him that you came as soon as you could. What a fucking mess. Another useless soldier come to ask questions. You should have fucking been here last night.
I'm not a soldier. I'm one of the survivors. From Skalitz.
I see, lad. Well then, what do you need to know?
What in the world happened here?
The bastards attacked us. At night, a little before dawn.
And how did you come by that wound?
I heard someone talking, so I went to look outside. Then I saw what they'd done to the horses. I shouted at those bastards. Caught one by the cloak and started beating him.
Without a weapon? With just your fists?
Yeah. But he cut me pretty good, the fucker. Lucky for me, the others started to come out then, so the raiders ran. All that's left is his cloak.
And you've got no idea why they did it?
Something must have gone wrong for them. They ran off without taking anything.
There's one man in particular. Huge. Dressed all in black. Voice loud enough to crack stone. Did you see him?
Who the fuck do you think half killed me?
So he really was here. The bastard. Can you help me?
How?
You know the area. How can I figure out which way they went?
They left in a hurry. You could see if there's a fence knocked down. Or a gate.
Are you well?
Leave me alone. Go away. But there's no need to be afraid. With your help, I'll find those bastards and then I'll make them pay.
They deserve it. What do you need to know?
What actually happened here?
They killed the animals and... Why did they kill them?
Did they take anything?
No.
Think carefully now. How did it all start?
We heard the animals, their shrieks, then Smill. He shouted, and they murdered him.
You're certain it was the animals first, and then Smill? Not the other way round?
I'm certain. I'd never heard a sound like that before. Now I'll never forget it.
What happened after that?
We ran outside and it was chaos. Animals were dying, the stables were burning, and those demons everywhere.
The stables were already burning. Didn't that happen after they fled?
No. It was to set the blaze when they arrived.
You said they were demons?
No, just vermin. Worthless human vermin.
How many of them were there?
Not many. There were just a few that came after us, but more round the back. I heard them yelling at each other.
So they were yelling because of all the noise?
No, something happened. They quarrelled.
In the back? Where?
Towards the woods. To the north. They were trying to get away.
So some of them were running away and the others were fighting?
Aye. For a time. Then more of us came out and we fought back, so the others fled as well.
Where? Where did they run to?
To the north. Into the woods.
Thanks. That's all I needed to ask. How could anyone be so cruel? Such senseless brutality.
Poor innocent creatures.
They slaughtered horses as well as people, and yet it seems they didn't take anything.
What? Who's there?
Easy. I just came to ask...
I don't know anything.
Are you hurt?
No, nothing. Not a scratch.
What really happened here?
I don't know. Someone attacked. I don't know who.
You didn't happen to hear where they came from?
No! I didn't see a thing.
Alright, well, we've questioned everybody. So now we need to start looking around for where they might have fled to and we were told they fled to the north, so that would be this way. And if we head over here, we'll see that this gate is broken, and so that'll give us a pretty good vector to go on. There's a bit of tattered cloth here as well.
Aha! This wasn't done by animals. They must have gone into the woods this way.
Okay, so let's head this way. Before we do, though, let's take a look at our level ups, because we do have a few. So we have a perk point for strength, and a couple of new perk choices. If we go through these, it looks like tight grip will prevent stamina regen. Wait, so stamina regeneration will not slow down in combat, even on the weapon backswing. So that's pretty helpful. Bore lets us deplete an opponent's health and stamina by charging into them in a sprint. And the heavier our armor, the greater the effect. Stronghold lets us block better with the shield. Gravedigger lets us carry bodies more easily. Let's go with tight grip. I feel like that could be really useful in combat. Okay, so there's our strength point spent. We have one in agility as well. So it looks like featherweight is our only other choice. Falling will cause you less damage. Why not? It's our only option. We could save the point, but that's got some decent utility to it, so we'll take it. We have a perk point in defense as well. Let's see, blocking strikes will cost an opponent more stamina. Or if you beat your opponent in a clinch, you'll damage his weapon. And okay, whatever. Let's go with firm grip. I think that has more broad utility. So it'll make the enemy be able to attack less often if we are able to successfully block, because he'll run out of stamina. Warfare. Let's see. We have Bailman and Feint. What about Bloodletter? Greater chance of drawing your opponent's blood. Or, the more you damage your sword, the greater chance of poisoning your opponent when you hit them, even without poison applied. Let's go with Bloodletter. And then finally, sword skills. Now, I'm only going to take sword skills that work for long swords, even though I have a short sword with me now, because I do intend to use primarily long swords. We just don't have access to one yet. So let's see what our options are. Blunt Strike. This works for short swords, hunting swords, and sabers, so I probably won't bother there. This Wrath Strike works for long swords, so I'll take this one. And that's our first proper combo. And then we have a couple skill points too. Hunting. So, antlers or tusks? So, basically deer or boar? Which one are we going to be killing more often? I feel like I see deer more often, so let's go with that one. And then with lockpicking, we have lasting lockpicks or repairman. I believe that this is more useful in the long run, but both are nice. So this one just means that it's going to be harder to break our picks. This one gives us a small chance to get broken lockpicks back after we succeed. So very situational, but it could be useful. There's certainly no downside to it. But with this one, it's always going to be effective, and if we break less lockpicks, then we don't really need to get them back. Okay, so there's all of our level ups. Let's venture off this way, and we can see that there's a bit of blood. Now, if you're not super confident in your combat skills, you can go back and report this news to Bernard, and he'll send some people out here with you, but I think I can take a bandit or two on my own. So let's venture out here and see what we've got. We'll follow this little path here. And maybe, just maybe, it'll take us where we need to go. Ah, sure enough, more blood.
They went deeper and deeper, for sure.
Okay. So we're on the right track. Let's just keep going this way. And I'm going to stealth my way forward here. I do see a little bit of a path, so let's stay on it.
Gotta go before those villagers come snooping. Come on, you can make it.
No. I'm not going anywhere. That bastard really got me good.
How could it have gone so wrong? And who the hell brought those other fellows here? Fucking greenhorns. One kill that ginger brat from the farm, and then they slice you up. We'll find those bastards, and I'll send them straight to hell myself.
But I'll already be there, waiting for them.
Don't talk that way. We'll get back to the camp, and they'll take care of you there.
No, my friend. I'm not long for this world. Go. before someone finds us here.
Alright, so I heard them mention Ginger. I'm gonna try to just unload on this guy before he has a chance to fight back. Oh, he turned around. I didn't expect that. I thought he was making a break for it. He looks like he has... I don't know what kind of sword that is. Probably just a farming sword. Short sword. Come on, attack me. No?
God!
There we go. Go down already, Jesus.
Tu perdele!
What's it gonna be? You're done for. Got him with a feint. Come on, die. There we go. Mercy kill him. Then we'll have a word with his friend. I'm going to take this sword first. It's a burger's sword, so it should be an upgrade to what we've got, even if it's not the type of sword we're looking for. I'm just going to take everything he has, because it's all worth money to me. We can throw it on the horse if it's too heavy. Alright. What about you?
I'm fucking dying here. Nobody can match me with iron in their hands, and... some damn peasant kills me. Dagger covered in horse shit.
Alright, so he's done. Let's see what he's got on him. So bloody hoof pick. That's certainly something to look into.
Why, it's a hoof pick. Someone in Neuhof must know more about it. Do you know whose hoof pick this is?
Ginger's. He was always bragging about it. Why do you ask?
I found it on one of the bandits in the woods.
But he... Because of him? Because of him they murdered us? Lord in heaven!
Wait, hold on. You think Ginger was responsible for the attack?
He ran off! Don't you see? He was acting so strange and then he ran off! Why the hell would he do that?
That does sound rather odd. And you don't know where Ginger could have gone?
Dunno. Ask Jakob.
Do you know anything about this hoof pick?
Yeah. It's Ginger's. He had it made in Mate.
Any idea where I might find this Ginger?
Well, that's the thing. He packed up and left.
What?
Look, I know how he looks. But Ginger is a fine fellow. I don't believe he had anything to do with the attack.
Where could he have fled to?
I might know. But you gotta promise me one thing. When you find him, listen to what he has to say before judging.
You have my word.
Sometimes the charcoal burners come to see him. He gets on well with them. I think that's where he's gone.
And where is that?
No idea. They've always kept to themselves, you know, charcoal burners.
But the forest is full of folk like that. They could be anywhere.
Aye, except these ones won't be far. If you follow the stream from the stud farm towards Radzig, you'll come across one of their camps. Only
what?
Ginger didn't go that way, though. He always went by the big road, through the woods in the direction of Uzhitz.
But how can I find them?
There's always smoke when they work. You'll smell them before you see them. And they need to be near water. There's that too.
So if I go through the woods along running water, I'll find them?
Exactly.
Alright, so we found out everything we need to know in order to report back to Bernard here. In fact, probably more than we needed, but let's see what he's got to say.
I think Ginger is mixed up in it somehow.
Why do you say that?
He disappeared right after we found those bandits in the woods. And I think I know where he went.
Where?
To the charcoal burners. He has friends there.
We've got to find him. But if his friends really are hiding him, I doubt they'll talk to my men. You should search for him, Henry. Go, before the trail turns cold. I'll send a report to Ratai.
Very well, sir.
Alright, so before we head out to find Ginger, there's one last thing we want to talk to Captain Bernard about.
Any chance of some work here, Captain?
It all depends on what you're ready to do, my lad. As I'm sure you've noticed, the roads around here are swarming with brigands. Sir Hanush has declared quite a reward for dealing with them.
So what do you think I should do about them?
We know about one of their encampments. It's to the east of Ratai in an abandoned mine. I don't really mind how you deal with them. Anyway, the leaders generally wear spurs, maybe like they're pretending they're nobility. Who cares? In any case, bring me the spurs, and I'll take it as proof that the deed's done.
Very well. I'll see to it.
Wait. In addition, Sir Hanush has offered a reward for every bandit who's killed. So take a good sharp dagger. You'll get a bit extra for each ear you bring.
Isn't that a bit barbaric?
Barbaric ways, for barbaric times, my boy.
That does make sense, I must admit.
May the Lord watch over you.
Alright, so now we can do bounty hunting quests, although, as I sort of alluded to earlier, do not ever turn your ears over to him. Make sure that you collect them, but save them for later bounty hunting missions because you will be paid considerably more for them. But you'll have to turn in the spurs to him, there's no other option. So, let's take a look here. We are supposed to go find charcoal burners. Now, if we go to the south, we're basically being led on a wild goose chase because this is not the charcoal burners we're looking for. We want to be headed up here. So what I'm going to do is ride north and find a river or creek and then ride along that until we find some charcoal burners because that is a far better way to go about this. Okay, so I've found a bit of water. Now we just need to follow it to the charcoal burners. Alright, so sure enough, we follow the water here. We come to a camp, and it looks like they're making charcoal, so let's hop off our horse and have a word. Maybe they'll know something about what's happening here.
God be with you.
Do you know where I could find Ginger?
Who?
The stable boy from Neuhof. I've heard he's friends with some charcoal burners.
Ah, I know who you mean. He went not long ago to the charcoal burners by Tomberg. Just follow the stream to the west. Farewell.
Alright, easy enough. Hopefully he's not lying to us. Alright, so I'm going to save myself a little bit of trouble here and head up this little path to the left on our way. And at the end of this path, we'll find a small encampment. And that encampment is going to contain some less than savory folks. Can I get my bow out? Do I not have a bow equipped? Okay. Let's pull that out. And eventually they're going to send us back to deal with these guys. So I'm going to just get it out of the way now. Okay.
What's going on there?
Somebody's talking to me, but I don't see him. Okay, somebody's asleep over there. And I did see one up and walking. There he is. Okay. Well, that was a shoulder shot. Not ideal. Got him in the face. Alright, he's down. Now we can sword fight.
I'll slaughter you.
Will you now?
Ah!
That wasn't a very good block. Ooh, look at you. You got some moves. I really wish I had a longsword so I could do some combos. Let's see. Can I get him with a feint? No. I got something through. Come on, come over here. Fight me in the open. Oh, short. Very short. With a longsword, that probably would have landed. Ah, what the hell? I went for a thrust and it didn't do anything. Like, he moved the sword into position and then just never swung it. What was that?
Here. Come on.
Come on. Yeah. I missed the reach of a long sword. Some of these sounds. Think you call yourself a tough bandit? Ooh, that was a good hit. Try to keep the pressure up. That got through. I almost parried it in time, but not quite.
Jesus Christ!
Ah, God. Just a little bit more reach. Down you go.
Christ.
Let's finish him off. Okay. Again, I'm gonna loot everything, even if I can't carry it, just because this is all worth money. And let's see about his friend. Where did his friend go? There he is. By the way, I think that hood he wears is potentially unique. I don't know that I've seen anybody else ever wear that. So if you want a unique hood, there's your man. Now I'm kind of slow though. Let's see what their chest has, and I might sample a bit of their food. Yeah, I could use something to eat. Okay, let's pick this. It might be empty. Often these chests are places where they'll store their gear when they go to sleep. And funnily enough, you can actually catch them, you know, sleeping naked. Not naked, but in like their, you know, their basic little, what are these, like knickers and a night shirt or something? Whatever those shorts are called. Anyways, you can catch them sleeping in that, and if their gear is in this and you're very stealthy, you can actually steal their gear while they're asleep, and then when they wake up, they can't exactly fight you. Where's my horse? There you are. I forgot it likes to teleport in behind you. Okay, so we're very encumbered now, but we've dealt with one potential issue that we would have needed to deal with eventually anyways. So now we can just head to wherever these charcoal burners are hiding out. Well, not hiding out, but wherever they're hanging out. And proceed without any interruptions. Okay, so here we are. Let's see, we want the one called Spokesman. Only one of them will actually tell us what we need to know. He's just a regular charcoal burner. Might be this guy, yeah.
Good day to you.
I'm looking for Ginger, a stable boy from Neuhof.
Then why don't you look for him at the stud farm?
He was there, but now they say he's hiding amongst some charcoal burners.
And where did you hear that? Anyhow, there's no one of that description here. Try asking somewhere else.
I've been to the other camps and they told me I'd definitely find him here.
How could they know that? They just wanted to get rid of you.
I wouldn't say that. They realised I'm trying to help.
Oh, aye? And how's that?
That boy witnessed a murder and probably killed one of the murderers. I'm sure those cutthroats are already looking for him, and if I could find my way here, so could they. And when they do, they won't be asking their questions as nicely as I have.
Aye. Well, as it happens, they've already been here. And you're right, they weren't pleasant. It's my duty to protect these men, and I fear I won't be able if that pair come back.
Our paths crossed and, well, they wouldn't listen to reason.
So how did it turn out? If you're here, then they must be...
They're dead. So, what was it you wanted to tell me?
Ginger was here, but the lads hid him away somewhere. I suppose there's no need for that anymore. He's in no danger now, is he? And nor are we.
That's right.
You're safe now.
All right. They're hiding him nearby. A little way along the route to Uzhitz, there's a path to the right leading to a spring. From there, you'll find an overgrown trail to a ruined hut.
Finally, some useful information. Thank you, charcoal burner.
Take care now.
Okay, so we've got our heading. We just need to go find him now. And so there he is. We'll just make a beeline directly for that. There's no reason to detour or anything. And it looks like this path will lead us more or less where we need to go. Okay, so here's this little shack. Let's hop off our horse and have a quick word with our friend here.
Jesus, you've led me a merry dance.
What do you want from me?
I want to ask you a couple of questions. Why did you run off like that? Where are your cronies? And why did you kill that bandit?
What?
Right, one thing at a time. Why did you run off in such a hurry?
Because I was afraid they'd come back and kill me.
Who?
Those bandits, of course.
To get revenge on you for killing their mate?
Killing? Me? I never killed anyone. God is my witness.
This is yours, isn't it? I pulled it from the belly of a dead bandit near the stud farm.
That is mine, but I didn't stab him. That fellow took it from me.
What fellow?
I don't know his name, but he's from Uzhitz, and he has a limp.
What can you tell me about him? How do you know him?
I saw him a few times in the tavern in Uzhitz, playing dice and boozing.
And?
I know he lives in a house on the edge of the village, but that's all I know. I never talked to him.
And now tell me exactly what happened. And don't leave anything out.
That's quite a long story.
Don't worry, I won't get bored.
All right. I woke up in the middle of the night because I needed to go for a piss. So I went out into the dark, same as usual, only there was something there that shouldn't have been. At first I thought it was just a trick of the light, but it wasn't. And then it was too late. They went past and I thought they must be horse thieves. I would have yelled, only I was afraid they'd kill me. So I waited until they were out of sight and I started to sneak away, but then...
Then the slaughtering started?
Yes. I thought they'd steal the horses and ride off. That would be bad enough, but then all the killing started and flames everywhere. It was terrible, like hell itself.
And then?
It seemed some of them didn't like it either. They started squabbling among themselves, and some of them started running back where they came from, right towards me. And I had that thing in my hand, the hoof pick.
So you stabbed the first one in the belly?
No. He ran right into me. He was running fast for a fellow with a limp. He pushed me aside and I fell on the ground. Then he told me I'd better lie low if I valued my life. He ran off with the others. I did what he said and hid. Then the rest of the gang ran past.
And then?
Then I waited in case that limping one from Uzhitz came back. I didn't dare come out until I was sure. I think it was almost light.
What about the others? Was there anything you noticed about them?
I don't know. There might have been maybe 8 of them, and 2 of them were really big. That's all I can remember.
Do you know what they argued about?
I didn't hear everything, but I reckon some of them were only there to steal and wanted no part in the killing.
That sounds terrible. I know exactly how you feel.
If only I yelled. Maybe they...
If you had, you'd most likely be dead. It probably wouldn't have done any good anyway.
But still...
There was nothing you could do. I've heard everything I need to hear, so I'll leave you be.
Wait! What about me? Won't you help me out?
Perhaps I could. What would you like?
I'd like to go back to the stud farm, but those cutthroats who want to kill me are still around. Will you help me?
They're out of the way. I ran into them on my travels.
Really? That's great, but...
What?
I'm afraid to go back to the farm. I ran away, and God knows what they'll think about it all. I don't know if they'll even want to talk to me.
I could go and ask them if it's important to you.
Would you? You'll definitely have their respect, the way you took care of those cutthroats.
I talked to Ginger and found out what happened.
Out with it then.
Ginger fled because he recognized one of the raiders. He was afraid they'd come back to silence him.
Well, he was right. They were asking about him. So who did he recognize?
He didn't know his name. Some fellow with a limp from Ujits.
All right. Since you've gone this far, you may as well ask around in Ujits. We've enough to do here in these parts anyway. So Radzig will tell you about it. He said to send you to him if you haven't already been.
My lord, I managed to find a clue to the whereabouts of the bandits.
Excellent. Bernard already told me what's been happening, but I'd like to hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
The whole story, or just the gist of it, sir?
It's up to you what you consider important.
Well, in the end, I tracked down the stable boy who fled in fear of his life, and for good reason, too. He put me on the trail of a crofter from Ujit with a limp.
And his name?
The boy didn't know him by name, only by sight. But if I ask around, I'm sure folk will know who limps and keeps peculiar company. Villagers like to gossip.
But what if he's not there? He could have fled, maybe even to Kuttenberg.
If I don't find him in Ujits, I'll ask around. Someone will know something about him.
All right. Better go to Ujits then. Find this limping footpad and get the names of the others out of him. They have to face justice for what they did. I want to see them hang. Then bring him to me in Mehoyed, and I'll decide on his fate.
Certainly, sir. Why choose Mehoyed?
It's somewhat at the centre of events, isn't it? And what's more, there's another stud farm there.
Sir, do you think they're going to try the same thing again?
I shouldn't think so. Everyone will be on the alert now, but the secluded dwellings are more vulnerable. There are few people in them. They're scattered everywhere, and we can't guard them all.
But the bandits won't find much silver in places like that.
There's always a groschen or two, some food and so on. Anyway, how much silver did they get from slaughtering those horses?
True. If they'd stolen them, they could have sold them. Those were fine animals.
Exactly. It's not about the silver. It's about something else.
But what?
Creating fear. Such great terror that you won't even squeak when they come to cut your throat. Never mind raise your hand against them. Fear that will root you to the spot, staring like a rabbit entranced by a stoat, waiting for the death blow to fall. Helpless to do anything about it.
I have some news about the investigation, sir.
Good. Tell me.
The trail leads to Ujits. I found out one of the bandits is from there, a fellow they call Limpy Lubosh.
I see. What else?
That's all I found out so far, sir.
All right. Come back and report to me as soon as you learn anything new.
Alright guys, so we've got a new heading, but I think that's where we're going to end it for today. So, we've figured out where we need to go. Now it's just a matter of tracking down this person in Ujits. So that's where we'll be headed next. Before I start the next episode though, I'm going to return back to what is now our new home and try to unload a lot of this gear, maybe buy some better stuff, try to get ourselves a longsword. And so I'll do a bunch of equipment management off camera and then start the next episode in Ujits, probably. Because you guys don't need to see all that, but I will keep you updated as to what my equipment is. I just won't make you sit there and watch me buy it all. So, with that, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Kingdom Come Deliverance with you. Don't forget to keep throwing likes and comments on the videos if you want to see more of them or, you know, have them come out faster, that sort of thing. But thank you again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you back here for the next episode.